What will happen when the king of chaos finally has to face the truth from which he has been running away from the audience? After Jim Kee Mail exposed the lies, watch Donald Trump's carefully constructed empire begin to shake in real time. It is a collapse, or rather, the moment when ignoring the truth becomes impossible. In the high-tech highway act of modern American politics, there is no spectacle bigger than the clash between power and undeniable truth. For years, Donald Trump has crushed critics with the force of his personality and controlled his own narrative. But what happens when that supposedly invincible force slams into an immovable object, not on a debate stage, but on the disarming set of a late-night talk show? This was the astonishing historical collision summarized in the title of this story. After Jim Kee Mail revealed this live on air, Trump went crazy. For decades, Jim Kee Mail, whom Trump once dismissed as a low-rating clown, did what no political restriction had ever managed to do. He came armed with receipts. I think, what else is there? Look at this man, his ratings. That's why Jim Kee Mail was thrown out. He was terrible. And what? Lost? I had seen a report that Mail was suspended. Without a script, on live television, he exposed a 50-year-old lie connected to Trump's identity, causing the president, before the entire world, to completely break down. The program was designed as a primetime conversation with the president, a special edition of Jim Kee Mail Live. The atmosphere in the studio was electric, tense, and the specially selected audience had packed the venue for decades. President Donald Trump walked out to roaring applause and cheers. He was full of energy, ready to dominate a host he clearly considered lightweight. He sat down with a confident smile, prepared to showcase and promote his new tax cut law. Jim Kee Mail, however, was not the man the audience was used to. His usual comedic persona was gone, replaced by a calm and focused intensity, the demeanor of a seasoned journalist. This was not a night for jokes. For the first 20 minutes, the interview was tense but predictable. Trump dodged questions about his new tax cuts, bragging about it being the biggest in history. The president's familiar evasions were ignored as pressure began to build. The clash reached its peak when Mail moved to the foundation of Trump's public persona, his reputation for business genius. You know, he might be dead because we haven't seen him on camera for a few days. He spends so much time in front of cameras that when we don't see him, we assume he must be dead. And also, he has mysterious injury marks on his hand he tried to hide with makeup, and it's shoddier than the three-wall set. How did anyone allow him to go out like that? Mr. President, Mail began in a calm yet newly dangerous voice. Your entire brand has been built on a salesman's myth and a brilliant delivery. You famously claimed that you received a small loan of $1 million from your father and turned it into a $10 billion empire. You presented it as the greatest American success story. Trump nodded proudly, glancing at the audience. Yes, a small loan, $1 million, and I built one of the biggest companies in the world. Most people don't have the brains for it. I did. I still do, because I understand this better than anyone. He was proud of his origin story and had walked straight into the most accurate trap of his public life. Mail did not smile. He did not blink. His expression was unreadable. Mr. President, he said, his voice calm, but now carrying a dangerous weight. I'm glad you brought that up. A hush fell across the studio. Mail reached beneath his desk and pulled out a thick, dusty-looking document with the weight of an academy ledger. For this interview, we've been doing some research, Mail said in his steady voice. You'd think that a man with a childlike mind would support funding for children's brain care. This document is the certified copy of the 1991 New Jersey Casino Control Commission investigation report on your father, which was reopened last year. We spent the last month reading through all 800 pages. Trump's confident smile flickered. His eyes widened. You're right, sir, Mail said. Your father did give you a $1 million loan. He paused. But this report does not say that. Not at all. The simple act of opening the file transformed the atmosphere from entertainment to prosecution. And thanks for watching.